joining our webinar today. It is August 3rd, 2017. Today's webinar is going to be a product update. It is our new mobile app design and user interface. This is something we've been working on really hard over the last year or so. We've been taking a lot of customer feedback and a lot of looking at a lot of things as far as the way people interact with it. So today we're going to be showcasing that. We are just about ready to launch it. Our official turn-on date, so to speak, is August 21st. So we're giving you guys kind of a sneak peek here. Most of it is done, and I'll be actually showing you a functioning app. So I'll be doing like a screen share where I can show my phone. But there's one or two tools that we're still finalizing, so I'll just show you guys screens of those. But for the most part, the app is done, and any new apps that are purchased from us at this time, and even ones that are under development, are going to be getting the new interface. Those of you who are current app users, you'll get the new interface as well. But just if, let's say you purchased today and you're building a new app with us, you're actually going to be on the new platform from day one, whereas our current app clients are on our old platform, or I should say our current platform, and that one is that one will be getting sunset over the next 6 months or so, and we'll move everybody over to the new one. So we're going to be showing that today. We're really excited about that. So if my slides will work, come on, slides. Too much. Wow. Okay. So if you are having trouble, there should be a little view full screen if your screen's not very big. For those of you who have been on this, I show this every time. So hover over the bottom right of your corner, and there should be a full screen button. Should help you see what we're showing here. This mouse moves way too fast. Okay. So my name is Lasse Young. Many of you know me. I host most of these webinars, and I'm the Chief Revenue Officer and one of the founders here at IXN. I've been here from pretty much the beginning. And I also have Kate Earl on the webinar with us today as well. She's a Director of Product, so I'll let her introduce herself.
My name is Kate. I've been working at IXN for about a year. I work with the fulfillment and support team as needs be. So if you are a current client, you've probably talked to me before, but I am focused on designing all of our products and making them the best they can be for everyone. So.
All right. So perfect. So first of all, we're going to be talking about the design objectives. Now, Kate, she really spearheaded the design of this project. She did a lot of the artwork. She took a lot of the customer feedback, looked at our current platform. So she's going to start out talking about some of kind of the design objectives and what kind of the thought process that went into our new apps. And then we'll actually go into showing you guys the actual app. So go ahead, Kate.
Okay. So as Lasse mentioned, we've had our old app for quite a while, and it was always good. It worked. People really liked it, but we also have been collecting feedback over time. And I went through the app when we initially started this project and made notes of things I'd like to change, as well as what our clients were requesting. And as we have redesigned all of our products recently, one of the big things we wanted to focus on in this new interface was consistency and making sure that whether our VGAs had our products on the desktop platform, such as our agency live quoter, or our mobile app, their agents were having a great experience, and that experience was branded to the VGA or IMO that obviously purchased these products, because that reflects well on you and it reflects well on us. And so really our goal, one of our big goals, was making sure things functioned the same, things kind of looked the same, so that if you were an agent was using an ALQ on their laptop or their desktop computer, and then they switched to the mobile app, they wouldn't be lost. They'd still know exactly how to work it. Everything would look familiar, and just make it easier to use that way.
For those of you For those of you who don't know what an ALQ is, Kate's used to our in-office lingo. It's our agency life quoter. It's our agent-facing quote engine. So she was saying that, we really wanted the user experience to be very similar on the agency life quoter as it is on the mobile app, yet a fully native mobile app that's on your phone rather than, just like a mobile browser. So there's great consistency between all of our products. So sorry, Kate. I just some people don't know our in-office lingo here of our acronyms of our products. So just thought I'd clear that up.
Thanks. Okay, and then the second, and what I think was my biggest goal, was to help agents do their job quicker, which is kind of the whole purpose of a mobile app. We say, at least in our office, and I believe our sales team uses it, we want agents to be able to pull out their mobile app, run a life insurance quote anywhere, anytime, but it needs to be quick and easy for them. And so as part of that, we've really consolidated the information and made use of the space we were given, but we've also made just navigating the app quicker. One of the things I hate the most in apps is when you have to tap a lot and go between different screens and go to one screen just to go back to the one you were at. And so in this new design, there's in the quote results that you see the screenshot of that last little demo, there's accordions and different things so that you can compare as much and see as much information as you need or want to without having to jump all over the place, and just make everything simpler, cleaner, and much faster, because obviously you want things to be faster, but if agents can run quotes and sell products quicker, it means that they can sell more. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Kate.
Yep.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
I think that is all. As we do the demo, if I have things, I'll add to them.
Perfect. So. Okay. So really, what's new? So that's probably what you guys are here for, to see what's new. So we've actually changed almost everything in some way or another. And along with this, because we kind of changed the app, changed the design, changed the features, we've also got new pricing. So for those of you who have purchased apps with us in the past, or who have had a quote in the past with us, it used to be kind of you bought a base app that had, a base number of features, and then you can pick and choose the features that you want to add to it. We've actually done away with that. Now it's just one price. The thing that might change the price is the number of users that you're going to have on the app. And so, for each agency, talk to your sales rep here at IXN, or your account rep, whether that's me or Michael, or one of our business development reps here on the team as well. Talk to us, and we're happy to get you pricing and talk pricing with you. We're not going to get into details on what the prices are today, but the main thing is we simplified it. It's one price, and that's what you pay. So first and foremost, really there's a whole bunch of features here. We've done, for those of you who have been on these webinars before. Someone just chatted in. They said they have no sound. So viewer 33, they didn't put a name in. Make sure you call in. So you can either press the little microphone and use your computer sound, or you can call in via the call-in info by phone. It's all in that email we sent out. If you're having problems, just chat in again, and we'll try to get you on. But if you just press the microphone, you should be able to get sound. And make sure your volume's up on your computer if you're using that. But yeah, so I could go through and list all this, but you really don't know what it is until I actually show you. So let's pop into an actual live demo here, and I will show you guys a functioning mobile app. So we use something called AirMore. AirMore is basically a way for me to show you guys my actual screen of my phone. So what you're seeing here is my actual phone. So just ignore it if I get some phone calls or text messages. Who knows, my mom might text me. But what we're doing here, so first of all, for those of you who don't know what our mobile app platform is, we build custom mobile apps for different brokerages, IMOs, BGAs, and they are custom branded for your agency. And so, that being said, we can plug in different tools. We've got kind of a suite of tools. We're also building more tools to add to them. That was part of this build here. But these are real apps. These aren't like a mobile browser. These are apps that are in the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, things like that actually function on the phone. You can see here. So, for example, these are all icons of apps that we've built. These are just a few of the apps that we've built for different agencies. So what we're going to use today this is City Crest Financial. So, boom. Here's the new app. Here's the new welcome screen, essentially. So once you've downloaded the app, you come to here. There's a couple things that are different here. First of all, you'll notice that before it was just a white background with a logo. Now there's an image. We can still make it a white background, I believe, but you can actually choose your own image here. So part of the setup process is going to Big Stock Photo, which is our photography partner, and choosing a photo that actually goes here. And we usually blur it a bit because otherwise it mixes in with the logo too much. But if you choose something where it has kind of a blank area up top, then it works too. So you can really have a photo in the background here, which is kind of cool. So that's something that's different. If you've seen our old apps, when you open up an app, let's see here, see one I'm not logged into. It just came up. Oh, that one I am logged into. Maybe this one. Well, you get the idea. I'm freaking logged into all these. Yep. All right. So our old app, so it just showed kind of a white background. So we've added some color to it, some more design. Also, you'll notice the buttons there. Those buttons are also color coordinated to your logo generally. You see this one, we took the blue out of City Crest Financial. So a new thing that we added is now there's contact information right here on before they log in. So which is really nice. So this would be your contact info. So they can email you or call you right from here. So let's say they're having trouble accessing the app. We don't lose people pre-login. We found that we were actually losing a lot of people because they would type in their password wrong or something like that and they couldn't log in. And we can kind of catch them pre-app. One of the things I mentioned was earlier was that now the pricing includes all the features. So before, you can see here there's this I'm a Consumer tool. The I'm a Consumer tool is a consumer quote engine. So the new app includes that. Before, that was an add-on. You had to pay an extra $250 setup and $50 a month or something like that to add that tool. Now that's just part of the platform. But so let's run a consumer quote. So this is designed to be a tool that's pre-login. So agents don't necessarily use this, they can, but it's designed to be kind of a consumer quote engine. So that way, if a random consumer comes across your app, because we generally put these apps in the App Store and the Google Play Store for free, so anyone can download them. So some random consumer who's looking for life insurance, we still want to capture them. Whereas the app might be designed to be used by an agent, then we're still having people who can't hear. Even though the app might be designed to be used by an agent, it is the consumer quote engine can capture the consumer information. Let me get this guy the call-in info real quick, and he's having trouble with audio, so let me get that for you real quick here. I'll put it into the chat. All right. So, someone else said they can hear just fine, so glad to hear that. So I'm just going to put the phone call-in info. So for the one that can't hear, you can call into this number here. I just put in the chat, and there's the access code. That should give you audio. So going back to the presentation, so when someone clicks on this, I'm a consumer, the new interface is a little bit different. So initially, before, you could just go right into a quote without selecting an agent. Now there's a kind of an interim screen here. So within your dashboard, you can add all your agents into the dashboard as users, and you can make them agents within your dashboard. And then they come up with, in this section where it says, I'm working with an agent. Where they can select an agent, so they can see all the users, and here I could choose Michael, and then I go, it shows his contact information, I can select that agent, and then I go right into the live quoting process. If I don't know, let's say I'm just some random consumer who comes across it, it would say, they would just click find an agent for me, and it would skip all that. And then it just comes into you as the brokerage as a lead, rather than as a already, because if it's assigned to an agent, it gets assigned directly to that agent, and they get notified. They get a push notification in their app that they got a new lead. But in this case, I just skipped it, and you just get a generic lead, and then you can assign it to an agent from the back end, from the dashboard, so to speak. So let's run a quote here. So when's my birthday? We'll put in May 6th, 1982. Click next. Oh, did you notice, by the way, when I was done typing, the keyboard went away automatically. So that's one way we made it quicker. We go next here. We changed this a little bit. We used to have kind of a scroll bar that went left and right, and it was a little hard to pick your state, so we changed it so you just scroll here like this. Again, tobacco, non-tobacco. Your health rating, I don't want to talk about it. That's your standard plus. I'm very active, eat right, don't smoke. My body's my temple. So you can kind of choose your health rating here by stars. People are used to using that, so we changed it to kind of a star rating and just a list. And here we can then choose, how much. Let's say we want $1 million for 20 years. Click Get Quotes, and there we go. Now I've got my quote results, and I can select one. Let's say I want to select John Hancock here. I can then request an application. And you notice this is new. The way these quote results, it used to pop you out to a new screen when you select a carrier. Now you can open up multiple carriers right here. So you can see it's a lot quicker to get to the details and get to where you need to go within the app. We've also got this payment mode option. In the payment mode, I can go and I can select annual right from here. So really quick to toggle between different payment modes. With our old app, you had to actually go back to the initial screen and rerun the quote to get there. So the quote results look the same on the consumer side as it does on the agent side. I'll show you both. So let's say I decide to go with John Hancock here. I click Request Application. It comes to a contact form. So then I fill out the contact form here. So this is the agent or the consumer just ran a quote. All this information is going to go to that agent that was selected earlier. And I click Send Request. Congratulations, your application request has been sent successfully, and an agent will contact you soon. You can then go back and run a new quote if you want. So that's the consumer quote engine. You can see it's a really nice flow, really clean. That was actually one of the things I really liked about the mobile app. The consumer quote engine worked really well there, but I like the new one even better. It's just much quicker, much nicer. But let's get into the meat of the app. The meat of the app is going to be in the I'm an Agent section. Here, the sign up is pretty much the same, just a new design, new screens and stuff like that. I go in here and I can sign up as an agent, and that adds me to the account. We do have some different options as far as the sign up screen that we're putting in, some different approvals type of thing where you can, in the past, the only option was someone could just sign up and get access to the whole app. we're adding a user level that's going to be basically where you can add them in the back end beforehand, and then when they go to access the app, they have to have an access code rather than having to sign up. So we're just adding options. Those are options that you guys can choose from. I prefer to leave it open because then what you do is you get more people downloading your app. You get more people in it. And one of the reasons for wanting to wanting to leave it open is I have an example of one of our BGAs who had an app, and they left it open. They try to push as many people towards downloading the app as possible, because remember, you get the contact information for everyone who downloads it. And a lot of people have a tendency to say, no, I want to lock it down. I don't want my competitors seeing it, or I don't want an agent using it who's not submitting business to me, that kind of thing. But really what happened was the opposite happened. Agents may have not been submitting business to them right away, but down the road, when they got frustrated with their current brokerage, or they were maybe looking for a new one for one reason or another, they thought, you know what, I should look at this brokerage because I have their app. And they ended up coming to them and getting contracted and selling business through them eventually because they had their app all the time. So looks like someone asked if it's being recorded. Yes, it is being recorded. And then someone also asked, will we still have the option to put advertisements on the app? Kate answered that already. Yes, we'll show you that in just a second. We're not quite there yet. So hold tight. So let's log in. So I'm going to log in here real quick. All right, so logging in. Whoa, so this is new. So one of the things you guys notice is it used to go to the home screen first, where it had all these buttons. Now it goes, by default, it goes right into the Life Quotes tool. That's one of the main tools people use within our app. We actually got rid of the home screen. So for those of you who, we had the buttons that you can choose your different tools, the home screen is no more. It is now a menu bar. So when you click on this hamburger button up in the top right, here are all your tools. So if you've used any app before, like a Gmail app or any of the apps on there, that is kind of the new way of doing things. So we get you into the tool that people use the most, but here's the access to all the other tools, essentially. So I'm going to show you the Life Quotes tool first. So it used to be when you clicked on age, it popped you out to a different screen. You scrolled up to the age. Now, check it out. You just press right here on this plus button, and it just scrolls right to the age rather than going to a new screen. Again, male, female, you just toggle. Tobacco, yes, no, you just toggle. Product even, it used to go to a list on a new screen. And you notice that it's just like a quick pop-up. It's so much faster to move through the app, to do your quote inputs. Click on health. You want to click standard, state. It's just all right there, really, really quick. So I really like the input screen. It makes it much faster to run a quote. So and that's the idea, right? Most of the time you're using it out in the field, you're using it out in different places, and you want to be able to get to it quickly and run a quote quickly. So again, for you that asked about the ad, here's an ad, right? You can still control this. I'll show you that in the dashboard here in a minute. Hopefully we have time for as much of that as possible. We usually try to keep it under an hour, closer to 30 minutes, but there's a lot to show today. So this ad can be totally controlled from the dashboard. Continue to quote results. You notice now the quote results are much more visually appealing. We've added the logos. The logos were there on the consumer quote engine, but they weren't here on this app. So that's pretty cool. And you notice that this is new. When you click on a carrier, you're no longer popping off to a different screen and then coming back here. You can go here and you can click on two carriers or one carrier and see the functions that you need, see the quote details right there. So it's really quick. And for those of you who, when you use this, Not sure if my screen's lagging at all for you guys, but it is really fast. I can just click really quickly through stuff, and I really like how snappy it is, and it really feels like a native app. Much better than like a mobile browser. For those companies who put quote engines in a mobile browser and they don't have an app, it just doesn't function near as cool or near as fast as well. If I click on payment mode, I've got our monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, and annual. I can toggle through real quick. And then, of course, we've got the functions we had before where you can text a quote, where it uses your phone text message to text the quote results. You can, let's go back, discard that. You can email a quote, and it'll ask what email device on your phone that you want to use. And then the e-ticket tool, that's one of those tools we're finishing up. One of the things that you'll be able to do through this app is you'll be able to select all the same quote actions that our agency life quoter can select. So for those of you who were on the agency life quoter webinar a couple weeks ago, where we showed you quote actions where you can go in and you can do it through applicant. That was last week's webinar, so you'll be able to do e-tickets through applicant through their Express Complete platform. You can do e-tickets to what's it called? The third-party form integrations, so the Google Forms and that kind of thing. That can pop out and auto-fill it right from here. And then we've also got some other integrations that we've got or we're working on. You can also do like an external link right from there as well. So you can really customize that experience, and it all does it in a web view. A web view is basically a mobile browser view that's within the app. So it kind of feels like you haven't left the app. I'll show you that in a minute. So that's the new quote engine. And I don't have that showing here. It showed on one of the slides. The other piece, here we go. On this slide, you can see there's also an ad space up top here that you can control. So that's on top of the quote results. So if you want to promote a specific carrier there, you can see here actually this one, American General, is a promoted quote, and then there's an ad with a pop-up. For some reason, I didn't turn that on. But that's something that you can do as well. So you can put an ad right here at the top of the quote results. And let's say you want Minnesota Life to be at the top of the list, even though they're not the cheapest, because you really like one of their products or something. You can do that. You can have it, we call it a promoted quote, and so generally they are filtered by cheapest to most expensive. So that's the new Life Quotes tool, and really like that. One of my favorite pieces of the new app is the new push notifications. So we added in push notifications about a year and a half ago, and it didn't really function that well. We didn't have a lot of people using it, and it was really kind of clunky, and it didn't work that great. And so we really kind of revamped this. So let me show you what this looks like. So for those of you who don't know what a push notification is, it's a message that comes to your phone kind of like a text message. It does send a message up here in your notification bar. So you'll get a message up here. Since I'm in the app, it's not going to show that. But if I go to my dashboard here and I go to my members, this is where all my users are stored. I'm logged in as LassaL at IXN.tech. So here's that user. So here's me. I go here and I click on this little, that was not the, clicked away. If I click on this little blue chat icon on the right user, let's see here. All right, I click on that. It'll say send notification to LassaL. So let's say if I want to say underwriting ready. Lassa, your case finally passed through underwriting for John Doe. Looks like it ready to go. We'll just put something like that. So you can use it for whatever you want, but then I click send. Let's go back to my app, and boom, underwriting ready. If I click on that, it will show me the notification here, and then I can click done. And you notice that it also showed a little icon up here. Let's do another one. So let's leave the notifications tool real quick. Actually, if I just leave the app and close it out, I think it'll show a notification up top. So if I go here, we'll just type in today. Oh, yes, our awesome mobile app webinar. All right, I click send. Let's go back to my phone. Yep. So see this icon? Here's my CityCrest Financial logo. I pull that down, and it was a general icon or a general notification. I click on that, and it'll take me right into the app. Boom, into the notification screen. Webinar today, and then I can click on it. I can see which one's on red because it's got a red little message. I'll show that to you one more time from a different perspective. Let's say I'm in the life quotes tool, for example, and I'm running a life quote, and while I'm in there, for attending, thank you all for the support. This is for you guys. So I'm in, let's go back to the app. So actually from within the tool, it popped me right into notifications, but if I click up here, you can see now there's this red icon. We didn't have any of those notifications. It was really vague when a push notification came in. So we really kind of made that better. So the push notifications is a much more useful, really useful tool within the app now. So I'm really excited about that. It's a great way to communicate with your agents. We are working on some things, hush hush. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell this, but we are working on some two-way communication stuff as well. So where you'll be able to kind of two-way communicate with your agents, so they can even message you back through the app as well. No idea on timeline there, but we're working on it. So that's the notifications. Pretty awesome. And then you can clear notifications down here. It just clears them all out. But you can see all these are red. I've read them. They are, if not, this little icon here, this little button is red. You saw that for unread notifications. All right. So next thing, this is a new tool. We had this tool for a couple people. We call it the underwriting pre-screener. What this is this is designed to be a tool for you to utilize if, let's say, one of your agents has a tough case. They've got a customer who's got diabetes and who's overweight and who has had multiple surgeries, and you're not sure how to deal with it. The agent comes in here to the underwriting pre-screener, and they'll type in kind of the age, the gender, height, weight. Since we said someone's overweight here, let's put in 400 pounds. All right, that's awesome. Weight change in the past 12 months. Let's say they added 30 pounds. This is going to be a tough one, guys. But I click next. What's the face amount you're hoping for? Let's say we want $500,000 in coverage, or $5 million. Policy type, 20-year term, state. Let's say they're in Arizona. Click next. Are they on any medications? You can provide that kind of info. You can put in health history, hospitalizations, yes or no, surgeries, yes or no. If you click yes, it'll ask to provide details. So you can see, you can really kind of fill out all this and get some good information. Travel outside the USA, please provide details. Went to Cambodia. That's fine. So there's a whole bunch of questions there that might be specific to underwriting, and that comes to your office. So you can select who that comes to in your office, and then they can get back to them with, hey, this is what you need to do. So it's a great tool for agents who, it really creates a good experience for your agents. They can really, most BGAs have a quote engine, right? Some sort of quote engine, whether they use us, they use iPipeline, they use something more inferior like Ninja Quoter or CompuLife, where you don't have the substandard rate, stuff like that. But not everyone provides this level of service. Now, you don't have to turn this on. If you don't want to include this tool, great. We can leave it out, but it comes with the app as one of the base tools. So great little tool there. The video section, this was also an add-on before. It is now a standard feature if you want it in here. So before we kind of had two categories. Now they're all in one list. I've only got 3 videos in here, but you can click on one, and it's basically a YouTube player. It'll pop it right into YouTube and start playing the video. This is going to keep playing it, so I got to close this out. You can also share a video now. So there's this little share button. Before, you can only share it on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, I think it was, and email. Now it just uses whatever tools that you have on your phone. So if you want to share it via Messenger, text message, send a direct Twitter message, add it to your Dropbox, so share it on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever you want, Instagram. I'm not sure if Instagram works because they're YouTube videos, but you have the ability to share those. And for those of you who don't know what the video library tool is, you can update these in the back end. I'll show you that here in a minute from the dashboard, I should say. So going back, oh shoot, what did I do here? Let's open up the app one more time. I think I did something I wasn't supposed to. All right, so we're back into the app. We've also got a couple of the tools. We've got our underwriting pre-screener. We've rebuilt that. That one is just finalized, the new version of it. So I just have some screenshots of it here. Oh, come on. Loading. There we go. So here's some screenshots of our new needs analysis tool. It comes on 2 different screens now. So this will actually, you put in debts, required monthly income, years income required, mortgage, education, final expenses, and it'll pop out a total life insurance need. And then you click next, and then you put in existing life insurance, existing retirement savings, and it'll pop out a net life insurance need. And at that point, you can then run a life insurance quote. So that's the needs analysis calculator that we've added. Or that, again, that was an add-on before, and now it's a standard feature with the app. Make sure I'm not missing, too far. Make sure I'm not missing any features here. And the setup fee, you can, there's kind of a new design process. You select 2 colors. I showed you the big stock image that you select as well. It's really just, it's a very simple setup process. It's just 2 colors as far as the look, the design, and obviously with your logo. But our design team will put put that in there for you. I think I've pretty much gone through everything. Yeah, that's the new app. Within here, you saw some other items. Oh, let's go back to showing you the app. You saw some other items here. So, for example, if I click on IXN website, this is what's called a web view. For those of you who aren't familiar with a web view, this is basically a mobile browser that's within the app. So it still has the app navigation up on top. So you never actually left the app while visiting the site. And so you can do that with any page. So many of you have done that before with us, where you've linked out to your website, or you've linked out to some carrier website, or a contact form online somewhere, or some other tool from a third-party company. That's how that will show up. We can put that in here anywhere into the screens here. But yeah, so that's the app. We're essentially done showing you the app. Now, one of the big pieces of this is this dashboard. So those of you who have not seen this dashboard before, This is where you manage all your IXN tools. For those of you who've been on the last few webinars, if you haven't, feel free to watch them on our YouTube channel. We post all of these on YouTube. But this is where you go and you manage all the tools within the app. So this is my mobile app, CityCrest Financial. If I click on this little hamburger icon, I can go in, I can select a few settings. I can select what product types are quoted. So this one, for example, has these other products turned off, but if you only want to quote term, you don't want to do GUL or something like that, you can customize that. You select which carriers are quoted, all the way down to not just the carrier. So here, obviously, I've got certain carriers selected, but you can also select what products within that carrier. So if you click on this little hamburger icon in the corner, let's say I want to turn off the Vitality product for John Hancock, I can go in here and do that. You can, this is where you upload your ad campaign. So I think someone earlier had a question about that. So we've simplified this. So the ads are that space when you're running a quote. So if I go in here to my life quote and I click calculate, this ad is controlled from the dashboard here. So you can see I can click on this one. Here's my ad. This was a protective ad. And you can do whatever you want here. So if you want to promote a specific carrier, you want to sell this space to someone, if you want, whatever you want to do here, you can promote whatever you want. Totally up to you. And it's got a URL. You can make it clickable or not. If you don't make it clickable, you can just select the time, amount of time that it shows up for, and then it just moves into the quote results. This is the banner ad down here at the bottom. Same idea, but it's when you actually get to the quote results. I showed you that earlier up here at the top. It's a banner ad that shows up. So that's where you control those, and it shows you right here. This is the size. You just upload one image. We used to require multiple images and all that kind of stuff. No, we've simplified it. And then in the video section here, you can see I've got 3 videos. Really easy to add videos. I go in here, I create a new video, put in the title, the URL, which is the YouTube or the Vimeo. You can do Vimeo as well. Vimeo link, the category that you want it under, and then the order it's in, and then you can upload a upload a placeholder image. So you notice within the app, each one of those videos had kind of an image here in the left side. That's kind of your placeholder image that you can upload. So yeah, that's the settings of the app from here. We're going to be adding more to this as we add more tools. But one of my favorite pieces of this dashboard is that you can go in here to stats. If you click on this little stats icon, you can see the stats of all your IXN quote engines. You notice one of them here says mobile apps. So if I turn off these are all the quotes that were being run on my CityCrest Financial mobile app. So you can really kind of narrow it down. You can narrow the search. So if you want to find out who's running quotes, you can do that here by agent name or agent email. You can see what quotes were run in what states, for what states. You can say, hey, I want to see only quotes run between 1.3 million, or let's say 800,000, and 2.5 million. I click Apply Filters. It just shows me quotes run within those categories. You can say, I want to show just quotes run with for 20-year term. You can really kind of customize it and drill it down. None of our competitors do this, guys. We're the only ones who really should give you this much visibility on what's going on with your quote engine and all your quote engine. So really nice little stat section. And leads. This is where you go and you see all the leads that have come in through your different IXN products, including the mobile app. So here you can see that there have been some leads that came in. You can see what they were quoted, what product they selected, and what the customer information is. This is where you go to do that. You can go in here, you can assign this to someone. So you can either assign it to an admin or a member. That would be like an agent. You can select the status of the lead, new, contacted, or closed. So it's a very basic lead editor. But yeah, so this is where you manage all those leads. So that's leads for the mobile app consumer quote engine, and also for if you have a website quoter with us, which is just a consumer-facing life quote engine that goes on your website. If you're not familiar with that product, check out our webinar we did 2 weeks ago, I think it was, where we talked about our new website quoter, consumer-facing. Last piece I'm going to show you is this members section. This is where you go to see everyone who's downloaded the app. You can see all your users here, and you can. There's 3 user levels. There's a member, an admin, and a sales rep. A sales rep would be like an office staff. A member is your agent, and then an admin is obviously someone who's got access to everything. But what you can do is, someone comes in, you can assign it to a specific person within your account. And that person can then contact them. They, let's say you want a certain user to be assigned to someone in your office, you can do that. So that way they're under them and they can see everything that they're doing. Awesome. Well, we're really excited about this, guys. This is going to be really, really awesome. If any of you are interested in a private demo, we're happy to do that for you. You can just call our 1-800 number and dial 1, and that'll come sales, or you can just email sales@ixn.tech. You'll probably be connected with either myself or Michael Dawson. Michael Dawson is our sales team manager and account rep, and you'll schedule an appointment with us. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to take this link. If anyone's interested in scheduling an appointment, I'm going to put this in the chat box here. And I do see that there are some questions in there. I will answer those in just a minute here. But yeah, if you're interested in the private demo, click on that link, and that'll take you to a place where you can update or where you can schedule a demo with us. So let's hop into questions. I see a couple questions here in the chat box, so I'm going to answer those first. But there's this little chat box here. Feel free to put any questions that you have into that chat box. So let's see here. I'm going back. I think a lot of these questions were answered. The last question that wasn't answered was, where can we view the recorded video? The recorded video will be on our YouTube channel. So go to our website, IXN.tech. In the left-hand side, there's a button to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. If you subscribe every time we do a new YouTube video, you'll get notified. YouTube does automatic notifications if you're subscribed. So we're regularly doing these. We always post our webinars after doing one of these. So someone said, please excuse me if you have already covered, but will the existing app users be upgraded to the new app by an update in the App Store? Great question. So the way we're doing this, the way we're rolling this out is we are going to be moving everybody to the new app, basically. So for all of our clients who are already on our current app platform, we want to move you guys to the new one. And so there's no additional cost to you to do that if you're already a customer. It's just what you're already paying, and we'll move you over. That'll start on August 21st. So we'll be reaching out to everybody. For the most part, I believe we'll be able to do just an app update, and they'll just next time they log in, they'll access the new app. I believe there are some of them we have to do like a new some sort of new code. I'm not entirely sure with that process, but there may be some that we have to. They just have to re-download it from the store. I think it depends on when we built your app, but it shouldn't be, for the most part, it'll feel like an app update. It's just like, hey, you need to update your app. So we'll put, we can put like a notification in the old app that says, hey, you're using the old one, you need to update to the new one. So we'll move everybody. We'll help with that process, of course, and we'll get everybody moved over to the new platform. For those close customers who haven't launched an app yet, we've moved everybody to this new platform. So we're not launching any new apps on our current platform. So if you're not familiar with how that works, feel free to give us a call. We have credited some accounts because because of this, it's created some delays. So we'll take care of everybody. Don't worry. But yeah, we will be moving everybody. But if you buy a new app with us, let's say you decide to buy an app with us today, you'll be on the new platform, and we'll be launching those kind of here at the end of August. Let's see here. Hopefully that answers your question. When will this be active and replace the old app? Mentioned earlier, August 21st, that's when that starts. So from there, I'm sure it'll take some time, and we'll take some time to sunset the old app and things like that. We'll give everybody ample time to move over and things like that. But we're really, really excited about this. This should be good. So other questions? Do you guys have any other questions for me? Feel free to chat those into that chat box, and I'll be happy to answer them. Kate, you've been kind of quiet. Do you have anything you want to add to kind of this whole experience of launching the new app and what we're doing here?
Nope. Obviously, you saw the demo, so you can see where we've kind of made improvements, make things quicker and easier for everyone. But if you do notice anything, we're always hoping, and this goes for any of our products, just send us an email at support, and I'd be happy to look at those and consider them when we're doing future improvements and updates. So.
Okay. Yeah. So great point. Actually, that reminds me. One of the reasons I'll kind of close with this. One of the main reasons we did this was because we were making our old apps more scalable. We're trying to move them into like a platform where we could more easily iterate, and it could work for everybody, not just we build it once and then we have to repeat it a bunch of times. So the new platform is much more scalable. It's really easy, not really easy, but much easier for us to develop for. And so, and because we changed the pricing, it's not like add-ons anymore. We'll be adding new features, and we'll give everybody the option to get those. Some of them will be free. It'll be really, really awesome for you guys, and it makes it easier for us to work on it. That's important. It is important for our customers that the engineering team that's working on your technology, that it's easy for us, because then you get more updates, you get better support. It's easier for us to develop for it. When things are really cumbersome, they're badly developed, things like that, like some of our competitors, iterations are very slow, and so customer service becomes very slow, and there's just bad experiences. So we're really, really, I've said this over and over, we're really excited about this, but this new platform is going to be awesome, and I think you guys are going to love it. I'm really excited about it. Great work on the design for Kate on our engineering team, or on our, product team, Jason on our engineering team and fulfillment, and the rest of our engineers as well. But those were two people who really headed it up here at IXN. So thank you all for joining. We're really, really thankful for all of you and your support of IXN, and we'll continue to try to improve our products. Don't forget, there is a webinar next week. If you're interested in direct-to-consumer at all, we're going to be talking about our Quotes API and how that's changed, how that works for you. There's a lot of customers who are looking to develop their own API or their own quote engine. So we'll be talking about that. We'll probably have our CTO on there, Brandon Beeks, who will be talking about what we did with the API, why we did it, and how to develop for it. So thanks everybody, and take it easy.